Angel, how did that feel physically and just kind of what stood out to you about your performance tonight?
Um, all I wanted to do tonight was bring the energy. We've had not great quarter starts, like I talked about earlier on. This is a feeling that we haven't felt before, or in a while, where we felt good that we came out and played really, really hard. So that was like the goal for me tonight. I was only supposed to play 25 minutes, and that sucks. I am not a player that wants to be on restriction of any kind. But I did what I could do and try to help the team win. And
Angel Reese came back to Chicago with everyone chanting, "Welcome back, Barbie," like it was about to be some fairy tale rescue. But instead of rewriting the story for the Sky, the night ended with a 94-88 loss and one brutal defensive play stealing all the attention. That viral block from Ezi Magbegor overshadowed everything Reese did on offense. So what went wrong here? Was the hype just spin, or does this prove that one player can't rescue a broken season? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. The way the Chicago Sky pushed Angel Reese's return, you would think they were promoting the biggest comeback of the year. The team treated it like a new season launching mid-year, almost like if she walked onto the floor, everything would change immediately. The welcome back Barbie push was everywhere. Merchandise posts, flashy graphics, videos rolling before tip-off, all designed to make this feel like an event no one should miss. The whole angle was clear. They wanted the fans to see her as the spark, the savior, the piece that would finally unlock something the team had been lacking so far.
What do you guys think went wrong in that second quarter? Because it looks like you guys were able to recover in the third and the fourth. So is there anything that you guys can point out right now before seeing film on what went wrong in the second quarter?
yeah, statistically, I mean, we're better when we get the ball moving, and getting everybody touches. I think tonight we did a great job putting people in position to score at their best ability. I think we did a better job coming out. I think that second quarter is what killed us. Us being able to score 38 points in the fourth quarter was great, but I was trying to control what I can control tonight.
But I have to ask, was anyone truly buying into that story? Because when the lights hit and it was game time, the energy inside Wintrust Arena didn't match the campaign at all. The Sky's home court can hold about 9,500 people, but only 6,700 fans filled those seats. And for a game that had been promoted all week like a key moment, that number says a lot. It wasn't a poor turnout by normal standards, but it sure wasn't the packed house you'd expect for a franchise supposedly ready to turn a corner. Instead of the place rocking like a party, it looked like any regular night on the schedule. That's where the difference stands out if you compare it to what's happening in Indiana. Every time Caitlin Clark and the Fever hit the floor, it turns into more than a game. It's a show. Crowds flood into arenas on the road to see it. Hype doesn't just exist online, it translates into loud, physical energy in the stands. You feel the event, not just hear about it. Chicago clearly wanted that same effect with Reese returning, but the gap between what they promised and what people actually showed up for exposed a bigger truth. You can't just force that kind of energy.
That's right, last night, the triumphant return of the product herself, Angel Reese, finally made her way back to the court. We missed you, Angel. You're back. You're roaring back, and I'm sure you came back and led the Chicago Sky to victory. A lot of questions going on out there around Angel the last month or so. Like, what in the bleep is going on? Exactly. Why aren't you playing in games? We heard it was a back injury.
It has to build naturally. Add to that, people weren't even clear about what was keeping Reese out before this. Officially, it was listed as a back issue, but rumors swirled around, questioning if it really was her body or if something else was going on behind the scenes. Did she need a break mentally? Was there friction with the team? No one had full answers, and that cloud of uncertainty made her absence more intriguing. It fueled the idea that when she did come back, it would be with purpose and with pressure to prove something. That mystery generated its own hype wave,
Your first game back, to be able to come back and have a complete game, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. What does that mean for you to be able to come back and have a game like that?
And I think I learned a lot about myself for the last 4 weeks. But I'm just super grateful for everybody that was in my corner, my teammates, my coaches that were here for me through the whole process. So I'm really happy to be back with the team and just being able to be out there and give them whatever I can. It felt great. I love basketball. It's my pride and joy. Sitting on the sidelines is no fun. Sitting and just doing rehab every single day is no fun. And
So expectations going into this Seattle game weren't just about her skills. They were about watching a storyline unfold. But the second the ball tipped, that storyline started to collapse. For all the talk of Reese being the missing piece, the game itself didn't fit the script. Chicago wasn't suddenly energized. The atmosphere wasn't electric. The players looked like they were playing another night on the schedule, not a signature moment. Even though she scored 19, which on paper is impressive for a return, it didn't feel like she was rewriting the game. That's because the entire conversation swung in one direction after a single sequence. Ezi Magbegor's block. That play in real time was clean, loud, and emphatic. And when it hit social media, it went viral in seconds. You can record steady buckets all night, but one highlight like that, especially if it's against you, can flip the narrative instantly. And that's exactly what happened here. All the marketing around Reese saves the day turned into people replaying and sharing the block that shut her down. Think about that. One defensive highlight was all it took to overshadow a full scoring night. So I ask you, can one clip really erase an entire stat line? In this case, yes. Because no matter how solid her numbers looked at the end, the visual of her getting stuffed defined the memory of the night.
Quitting again? It appears you're quitting again just because your team not good. Just like rookie year, once you realized you stood no chance to win rookie of the year, you quit.
It's been a while, and I'm sure you came back to a sellout crowd that could not wait to see you.
That's the reality gap Chicago has to face. The Sky tried painting this as a heroic comeback moment. But when the game unfolded, people saw something different. They saw a team still struggling and a star who's not ready to carry the franchise alone. And if this return couldn't shift the energy or momentum, what does that say about the path the organization is on moving forward? The Sky wanted to sell fans on a story. Angel Reese comes back, everything changes, and suddenly this team looks dangerous. But the game against Seattle showed how fragile that script is. You can't cover up system problems with commercials and catchphrases. So here's the question. Do you think Reese can actually grow into the leader Chicago needs? Or is this team setting her up to take the blame while nothing else gets fixed? Because sometimes the louder the promotion gets, the harder it becomes to hide what's missing. And right now, those gaps are staring everyone in the face.